quote unquote that few bad apple shit is gone.
It's fucking the tree up.
That few bad apple shit is gone. Because why wouldn't the fuck, if you know this is a bad tree, these got bad apples on this damn tree, why would you try to put something on that damn tree?
Okay. And no, we want to pluck the damn tree up and till the soil. That's what we want to do. But y'all y'all tripping with community policing. Nah, that need to be the first level of policing. In other words, we'll do it ourselves before y'all come here with these no-knock warrants and shooting up every motherfucking body.
Right.
But on the other hand, are we doing it ourselves?
No.
Thank you. Case closed. So that's why people get mad at me, because I'll be like, I ain't anti-cop, I'm anti-bad cop. Because as soon as the shit hit the fan, we gonna need some motherfucking law and order in this motherfucker. And I don't have a gun or a dog or a taser. I don't have a crew of 8 in the motherfucking blue suits. So, hey, shit. Hey, when the police need to be called, call the police.
And as much as the motherfuckers against the police and the shit that they do, you know, we've been conditioned to be like, if something happens, at the end of the day, who the fuck are you gonna call?
Right, and I want everybody that I'm gonna call in the case of an emergency to be a stand-up guy.
Right.
I don't want a cop to come that got 12 motherfucking reports like we don't see this motherfucker be a bad person in the community. Damn. That's white supremacy in full effect. No, they never get reprimanded. But yet you still worthy to be a cop. You still worthy to be a doctor. You still worthy to be a priest. Y'all some crazy motherfuckers. You need to stand down, bro. And that's because they never are fucking convicted.
And that's what these new, these people that come into America and they want to bring their kids up in this ideology of American society and want to assimilate into American society, go to these schools, assimilate with these neighborhoods and this, that, and the third. You don't understand the shit you get off into. You becoming the people that your family is running from.
Right.
But you just doing it over here.
And then here's the other thing.
Coming into America,
yeah,
American society, that means that you're going to go against people in general. And that's
because now take it. Prime example of what you're saying is the laws in Afghanistan are so strict on women that when the family moves here, this lady is experiencing American life, or maybe even her husband. Now, because of a family religious tradition, she or he might be utilizing the freedoms in America, and now that's gonna create the fracture in their family, and that leads to abuse. So there's been a rise in crime on women. I'm not just saying from refugees. I'm saying there's a rise in crime on women. So I know that domestic things happen, and especially in different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Because our freedoms are different here.
Right.
But once they move here, everybody's utilizing the amount of freedom. So women come from under their hijab.
Right.
And think it's okay. But that's going to make her father, husband, brother.
But you see, the problem is they try to play it both ways. They want to come from under the hijab, but also be up under the hijab at the same time, which causes problems. Because that's the same way with the male. He want to be do it both ways as well. You see what I'm saying? He wants this American life, but he still wants his Muslim and his old country customs and rules and regulations.
Right. So don't you know that Muslims, is it Muslims that have their own court system? Is it Minnesota? Is it Minnesota? I think Minnesota, they have their own court system, just like the Native Americans, they don't go to court like you and I.
Mm.
Native Americans don't go to the court, you and I. Jews are not under certain circumstances. Who else don't go? Muslim, there's certain, is it Muslims or?
Because it's religion, because it's part of their religion.
That's dictating a whole nother jurisdiction within it, within America.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I want to be a Muslim and never have to use my straw man.
No, because, okay, so check this out. Just like, okay, just because I don't have nothing else to really draw off of for this, it is drawing off of something that I see on TV, drawing off something else in the back, but like those Amish cults, and those Amish religions, and those, like on BET has that BET one, I forgot the cult or some shit like that, where they do everything in-house. But the police know what's going on, but ain't nobody reporting it because that's their religion, that's their custom, that's their...
And hold on, and it's the land that they're on. Usually those cult-like followers, they own that land. So the government don't have no jurisdiction over it. It's a strategy.
Right.
Usually, like Waco, Texas, they just buy the whole damn plot until the American government don't come on this motherfucker. And when they see that they're growing into like a militancy, what they call domestic group, domestic terrorist group, then they start to move in like this is bad for us.
Yeah, because everybody.
But they let them have that freedom. They have that freedom to grow. They practice polygamy. They growing their children, their family, and they right here in America. But we can't get 40 acres and a mule. No, hell no. That's where your strength starts.
They right here in the city. They right next door.
China has an embassy in North or South Carolina. America has over 800 bases outside of the country.
But China got a base here too.
Embassy here. Oh yeah, embassy and base, they both basically synonymous. You know, we pay for $1 billion to sustain the militaries on the outside of the American borders. A year. That's why America has military might that the rest of the world utilizes. So in America, I think our military, for me, if I was to put it in how I look at it, oh, y'all got souls to burn. Y'all got people to run through.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. But see, that's the thing. That's why they don't want the Green Party involved. Because the Green Party is anti-war. Because they created so much damn debt, so much goddamn problems and enemies, and they gotta use.
I think that's what our next, Josh, if you listen, I think that's what our next event need to be. Green Party anti-war movement. Fuck that shit. Cause listen, war is the reason why they gonna tell us we can't get reparations. War is the reason why the schools can't get together. War is the reason why you got potholes there for 20 years. Oh, it's because of war. Every time we fucking look up, it's because of war.
And all the money, the most money going to war. But see, I think the only way the Green Party can get in there to say, yeah, we're against war, but we understand we need to have war. But we need to have diplomatic, and we got to be able to
contemplate, talk, strategize. Let this shit be on the news for a while so people can talk about it. Your ass already on the border of motherfucking Ukraine. Fuck no.
Right, so now we can't be the police. You can't be China.
Listen, America has a tendency to be the police for the world and actually be the police in the community. That same mentality is getting out of control.
Yeah.
And Ukraine, their citizens are so ready. They already been through a civil war. What was it, 2014, 2015? They burned that motherfucker down. They last straw was them raising the price of the bus fare, and them people blew a whole head gasket. They said, "Oh hell no, fuck this. Government ain't gonna get this big. You think they ain't about to go to war? So back the fuck up." And why does Putin want to utilize or take over the Ukrainian government? Every time we look up, you want to do something to these people. That is the weirdest thing to me. And I don't speak your language.
They never liked them in the first place. I don't know why, but they never fucked with them like that in the first place. And I don't know. I ain't got a dog in that fight, but I know they go to war, and now that America always got to have a fucking war to fight.
You know what's crazy? This is probably crazy. I'm about to say it anyway. You remember when Kanye West ran for president?
Yeah, the birthday party.
Do you see he got on the ballot?
He hasn't worked people over there, did he? He hasn't worked in the birthday party.
Say that again?
He had the Russian ties in the birthday party, did he?
He had the what?
He had some Russian ties or some allies or something in the birthday party.
There ain't no damn birthday party.
That was his party. That was never no official. It was on the ballot. Birthday party.
Now that brings me to what I was about to say. Because he played it like a joke and didn't choose up, that brother made us lose up. Because Kanye could have easily stepped into the Green Party and ran and had all his people come into something that exists. There is no fucking birthday party. And if there is a birthday party for real, and it's a party that's got a name and should be respected, us as black people need our asses whooped. Because ain't no motherfucking birthday party. That's a joke, Lil George. But he ran.
On the ballot.
I know. Because he is using the power of politics. He don't need a team to tell him. He is maneuvering. He is doing what we supposed to do on our own free will. But like you said, because everybody working, the cost of electricity going up. Because in Minnesota, because of the winter storm in Texas. Did you hear me? That tell you who own the municipals in one state is ultimately the owners in another, and because their bottom line was damaged or bottomed, like harmed, disregarding the lives that was taken for that free, and their lights was cut off prior to the snowstorm. But now here it is, a year later, Minnesota bills is being raised because of the snowstorm in Texas. Texas don't even have, they got their own power grid. How dare y'all associate Minnesota bills to Texas? That tell you it's something that we not paying attention to. They cannot just fill out the bottom line by coming to get money from us. But they are. Yes. It's a joke. Just another joke that's being told. Every weekend the gas go up and down based on the weekend or weekday. How dare you come and get these pennies and nickels and dimes that we save up? I'm telling you. Say that again.
They're trying to get them electric trucks every time. The stock market is moving to the economy. The stock market.
Stock market.
Stock, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why gas prices is going up. Because that conversation. And they need to move the gas prices up. So eventually those people that's on the fence, that's thinking about electric cars, because either they ain't in the right neighborhood, or that their neighborhood don't have it yet, the electric plug-ins.
Right.
The stock on EV motors is going to go down, so people that didn't know, and then the stock market can invest in it, start getting it, pop up.
Have you ever seen new car graveyards?
If I ain't, there's gonna be more and more.
Disregard it. But yes, look up new car graveyards, and you tell me if ain't something wrong. That okay, just like a hoarder that's hoarding things to their own harm. That's that's what you're gonna realize about the American economy. And instead of giving us a quality of life and keeping emissions down, you shove these new cars in the parking lots of hundreds of acres, but you don't want to give us 40 acres. And you put these brand new cars on these lots until they are rusted out and dead. It's the craziest thing, Lil George.
The value of cars is not getting sold.
Something wrong. There is a breakdown in communication in our United. This government is not for the people.
Never really was.
Only way it's going, yeah, it was. It started off for the people, black people. We were Republicans at first. It's like democracy has been hijacked by corporatism, and now we ain't even considered people.
Right.
But you know, in the Matrix, they told us that's because you're batteries. And they'll wear you, they'll play us until we wore all the way down and unrechargeable. You notice every time they gave us a stimulus check, they took 100 billion times that, and then there was a threat of a government shutdown. Go look back at the last couple of years. I said every time we get together, it's a threat of a government shutdown. That right there should be right. When you say you're gonna shut down the government, everybody need to be fired. Cause ain't nowhere in hell you get to take everything that you want, benefit, live life at the top tier, and then when shit don't go their way, they say, well, you know what? Just close the government down. No, how about you take your ass home on a sick day? The fuck? Nah, something wrong with these people, man. They've been in power too long, and power in too long is like a drug or an addiction. They don't get it anymore. They are out of touch slave traders. Period. Point blank. And especially if they've been there 20 damn years. Oh, no.
No way.
No, your mentality is tainted.
Because so they're still structured on the regular working family work days. They may have a different schedule, but these kids still got to go to school. They got to still make sure everything else goes according to plan for what they need to do.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna run for state rep. If I win, when I win, I'm gonna make about $60,000 in a year. I'm gonna be in a different tax bracket, different quality of life, different opportunities that should present me with that much money at my disposal. But let me tell you something else. They only work from January to May. They also have other jobs. They benefit from per diems. They do not get parking tickets and things like that, like you and I. So don't tell me they living in an out of touch world. For me, that's gonna be fantasy land. Jeez.
No, but it's the same point. Yeah, you still gotta make sure the kids in the daycare, the grandkids in the daycare, everything is gonna be situated for them. College funds, school.
Yeah, see, look, daycare for them $500-$600 a month. That ain't nothing with 60 grand. So why would they formulate some policies for you to afford daycare? You need to pull yourself up off your bootstraps. You need to lower the cost of living and freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
We can't compete with the dollar. There's only 4 quarters in this damn dollar. From the moment you made a dollar, it was only 4 quarters, 100 pennies, no matter how you look at it. So why you get to raise the cost of living and not the quality of a dollar? No! These people are out of touch. I asked them to take the 437 challenge. They kept on calling people on welfare queens. They're just living a life on welfare. You mean because they clean up well? Is that what you call living a life? Because they refuse to look impoverished, so therefore you feel like you don't look abused enough. So I think you living high on a hog at 437. So the Welfare Rights Committee, of course, us with a task force, we asked them to take the 437 challenge. You listening?
I'm listening.
Take the 4. Could you live at $437 a month, and go ahead and tell us how you living? Sandy Pappas took the challenge, but there was other people that said basically I can't do it. My electricity bill is $400 a month. I thought to myself 2 things. How big is your fucking house? And how big is your motherfucking income that you can afford $400 for one utility a month? Oh, it must be nice. That ain't a government for the people, by the people. That is not a government for the people, by the people. And then we got people in Congress that actually start off as normal people like you and I. And then for some strange reason, something that they encounter, an opportunity presents itself, and they ask become a millionaire. You need to step down. You are incorporated. You are infiltrated. You doing what's best for Big Pharma because your ass got stocks and bonds. No wonder we can't get potholes fixed. And then they go home 6 months. And right as they ass go home, ironically, it's in the summertime where crime is at its highest point. And not one legislator is nowhere to be found. Oh, wait until frosty January, when your parent is dead and your son didn't make it. Oh, but for us, you know what? Y'all black. That's just how y'all live. No, this is American corporatism and this shady-ass toxic results of us conforming to y'all anti-motherfucking humanistic tactics. Period. Now we fighting back. This shit ain't never gonna be right. And you need to rebuild them playgrounds so a kid can be a kid. And let moms be moms and dads be dads. And to get the government out of child support. Hell no.
They don't.
No, that's... Listen, Lil George.
No, wait. You did on something. We just can't know. Listen though.
What?
We don't want moms to be moms and dads to be dads because they need some kids coming. They need them kids in foster kids. They need them kids to be adopted. If the mom and the dad and holistic families, what about the other people that can't have families?
Like I said, when legislation cares, you can create a legislation that says this kid, once they're in the system, cannot be in more than 3 homes. And I mean that shit. Now, shift their ass again. Either you a worthy foster parent, or your ass ain't supposed to be a foster parent at all. Why do they have to shift?
That's how you control that.
Right.
That's how you
You got to go around their ass to stop their child trafficking. So one of the persons that stepped down was part of the we had a child protection service committee, and she really didn't do too much. Actually, when she was just starting it, Toya Woodland, COVID kind of came on in because I remember us doing a few events. But with that position open, I think I might become Child Protection Services committee chair of the Green Party. So when I go up there and talk to them, in their imagination, I wouldn't give a damn if they imagine 100 or just one person. Just know I'm coming as an entity. I'm going to corporate to corporate. I'm going to talk to y'all like in the way, in the form that you know they need to be talked to. And if there's anybody that's standing behind me, more than likely they've been victimized by this system that's going unregulated. But you want to raise the gas 10 cents every damn weekend. I'm not with the if you say there are no pedophiles in the government, you probably won. If you say there was no election fraud, your ass was probably stealing. Because for you to put a category of people in a place where they're flawless, you got me fucked up. Hell no. It's crime everywhere, and there's sin in every one of us. So why the hell wouldn't I believe there's not been an election fraud? Hell yeah, there was some election fraud.
Yeah. No.
And there are pedophiles in the government. And there are child sex traffickers that's running the government and making policies, making sure that they ass never gets caught or convicted.
When them last ones, when they get from Ramsey County working in some kind of fucking government job or some shit like that?
It was a GOP. It was a Republican. And look at that. They keeping that on the hush. He got association in Florida. This man a child trafficker. But he sit right here and associate with these Republicans in Minnesota. There it is then. Is it a conspiracy? No, because it's real in somebody's motherfucking life. That's what I'm saying. Let's stop pretending not to see the crime of a certain sector of people.
Right.
And failure to run and conduct the government accordingly, that shit should be a crime. That should be a crime. You know what else should be a crime? Police that are police, and because of their silent protests, and you don't answer those 911 calls, y'all.
Throughout your not even saying that slowly just became an addiction. My mom was not down for it at first. She definitely didn't want me to get my neck down, but she's gotten used to it now.
So my tattoos, I got focus on my chest. I realized that no matter what life comes at you, you have to be focused. A lot of people lose their focus, and before they know, their dreams start to slip. I have a lion. You have to be tenacious. You gotta be hungry. You have to want it, and it's always a reminder.
My husband and I actually got it on Valentine's Day, and we love because he first loved us. And I think it's just a constant reminder. I think it means staying true and that you're not alone in everything that you do, that you have a purpose, and